Allow me to tell you a story about Coraline. Now, if you're here, you've probably seen the movie, which was released in 2009, but you might not know about the video games, and that is completely fair. It is so much more likely for the original to stick in your mind than some knockoff video games, right? But you're wrong. Because what if I told you that the video games were released a few weeks prior to the movie? That's right, in this Mandela-affected world we live in, the original Coraline was on a 256 by 192 pixel DS screen. To be fair, the movie and the games were in production at the same time. I just think it's really strange that they decided to release the games first. And yes, that's games with an S, because there was also a version made for the Wii and the PS2 that played slightly differently and had better graphics, but I'll get into that later. As for the DS version, the game starts off with Coraline's family arriving at their new home, the Pink Palace. We're told to take a look around, and outside of some weird neighbors and neglectful parents, it's certainly a house. The roaches in the bathroom are an interesting touch, however. I'm not sure why this is a minigame, especially seeing as going forward there aren't many others, which just makes it slightly more strange. We make the mistake of trying to have a conversation with her mother, and Jesus, my bad. We get yelled at and are told not to go to a mysterious well behind the house. Anyway, on the way to the well we bump into Wybie, despite Coraline calling him a psycho nerd, and for the record, all he did was talk to us. Wybie's nice enough to show us the well, and after dropping a stone to the bottom, oh my god, why is it literally just a hole in the ground? If little Timmy fell down this well, let's just say being stuck wouldn't be his biggest problem. Wybie gives us a doll that looks like us, and from this point on, I understand the Wybie hate because this is just fucking weird. Back to the house, and god damn it, we have mice, or gerbils. Look, I don't know, I'm not Zaboomafoo. It leads us to a tiny door in the wall, but it's locked. I wonder if our mom knows where the key is. In retrospect, I don't think this did anything other than ruin our relationship a little bit more, because I don't think our parents like us very much. We're given the key, which reveals a brick wall, adding insult to injury, and maybe it's best if we just sleep this one off. But is it really a good night's sleep if you aren't surrounded by evil rats preparing for your impending doom? I mean, I'd prefer it not to be, but clearly I don't make the rules. The next morning, and we have to deliver mail to Mr. Babinski, or more realistically, the poorly cropped out PNG of Mr. Babinski. He gives us cheese for our troubles and a message from his mice saying, "Do not go through the little door," which is why that night when we wake up from hearing a noise, a mouse ends up leading us back to the mysterious door. As I'm sure we all would be guilty of, we climb inside to see what we can find, and oh look, a button. Why is it wet? We leave the sphincter and find ourselves in a replica home, except something's off with our parents, because they have button eyes, and they're actually being nice to us. Our dad sings us a song while our mom cooks us dinner, and don't get me started on the mystery meat that's regrowing limbs. We get shown our room with our toys now being able to talk to us and get tucked into bed excited for the morning. But when we wake up, are we really back home? Oh, our parents are neglecting us? So yes. We're told to go see Miss Forcible and Miss Spink, who end up making us tea to help calm us down. We also do a tea leaf reading which counteracts any help they've been, as we're told we are, and I quote, in great danger, and then are promptly kicked out. Man, these creepy warnings telling me to stay away from that mysterious portal are really bumming me out. I need to talk to my mom about this. Well, my other mother. She tells us our other father has some gifts for us, and all we have to do is traverse the garden to find them. Not sure why there's carnivorous plants trying to kill us. Honestly, it dampens the mood a little bit, but hey, at least I found 10 more buttons. For our grand prize, we get in the Mantis Mobile for a view of the garden in its entirety, and it's nightmare fuel. I understand it's supposed to be Coraline's face, but it's also just horrifying. As if today couldn't get any worse, we're introduced to other Wybie and are sent to go see Mr. Babinski. He and his performing mice have a show, but thanks to my own failures, the show doesn't sound exactly as planned. Boom. Nailed it. Upon waking up in the morning once more, we find ourselves back in the normal world. Except this time, there's no mom and no dad. But hey, check out my sick-ass raincoat. We steal the key once more to head back to the other world, but no one's here either. Just a plate with a note on it that says place black key here. Yeah, I'm not falling for that one. Wait a second, I get a wonderful present too? You know what guys, on second thought, what's the worst that could happen? Okay, yes, so the key better known as our only way in or out of this world did just vanish, but hear me out, I got a sweater. We were also given a ticket to Miss Forcible and Miss Spink's show. We had an interesting conversation with the cat, telling us that the other mother is evil and that other Wybie told him so. But other Wybie doesn't talk and cats aren't supposed to, so I'm gonna ignore whatever this acid trip is and enjoy my show. I have never been so confused in my life as to what's going on. And it's probably my fault. I got distracted by the visuals. But can you blame me? There were jiggle physics.
What is happening?
Now, I'm sure there was some deeper meaning, something about a sea witch, but that was completely lost on me, and I apologize for that. After the show, we decided it's time to go home, but that's right, we gave our key away. We go talk to the other mother, and she even has a gift for us. Oh, so that's the worst that can happen. This might be a hot take, but no thank you. We end up bumping into the cat while trying to escape through the thick fog on the way to the well, except the other mother has us trapped, with only the pink palace and a small radius around it being traversable. We take a chance going to bed in this world, hoping to wake up in the real one, and even have to fight some inner demons in the middle of the night. And although I like your redecorating a new Dommy Mommy persona, this isn't home. Okay, that's a bit much. I mean, if you look on the bright side, at least trapped in this mirror we have everything we need to survive. There's a bed.
Is anybody here? Oh, those are dead kids.
Man, we're fucked. After speaking to the kids in my basement, they tell us that the other mother, or Beldam as they call her, stole their eyes and, I won't put a filter on it when I say this, devoured their souls and locked them up. And then they say it's up to us to save them. That's an awfully big burden to give to an 11-year-old. For instance, this is what I looked like when I was 11. You're not getting out of here. The cat jumps through the mirror and gets us snatched out of here with the help of other Wybie. As we're ready to escape, the Beldam catches us and other Wybie ends up sacrificing himself off stage right. We manage to get away, but when we get home, we see that the Beldam ended up capturing our parents. With the moral responsibility of both 3 ghost children and our parents' safety in our hands, we end up burning the doll and instantly returning back into danger. Except this time, other Wybie is dead. The other Spinks are a glob on the ground, and other Babinski's house has been taken over by evil rats. We managed to find the children's missing eyes, but each time the world around us is slowly disappearing. We even had to outrun the Mantis Mobile while other father was dragged along helplessly until he inevitably died. Then in a game of pick a chest, this toy parrot gives us a snow globe with our parents in it. Okay, I guess. I mean, I'll take it. We get stopped by the Beldam as we try to leave, so we end up throwing the cat at her like a brick at a homeless man, and are still barely able to escape, taking our hand off while shutting the little door in the wall. But hey, at least our parents now have time for us. After freeing the ghost kids, the last thing for us to do is throw the Beldam's severed hand down the well. But before we can, it pops to life and uses string shot on us. And then real Wybie suicide dives it into the well, and then have to slap the hand off of him while it moves it up to Mach 10 speeds and try not to kill Wybie in the process. Needless to say we do, but goddamn. The game ends with Coraline and Wybie starting to become friends and an ominous message from evil mice. So that was Coraline for the DS. As I mentioned before, there was a version for the Wii and the PS2, which undoubtedly had better graphics. For example, I was using a ROM hack this whole time to make my game look better. This is what it would look like normally. But outside of that, I think that the general consensus is that the DS version captured the essence of what Coraline is best. Then again, it may be just because the DS version is nearly identical to the movie. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but what I will say is sometimes movies sticking so hard to their source material can lead to rather boring gameplay. For the sake of changing the topic, what was the point of collecting items? I have an inventory full of a bunch of random things, and I might have used 2 of them. You mean to tell me I've been carrying around a poisonous mushroom from the first 10 minutes of the game for fun?
Coraline, put that shit down!
I want to poison people! Regardless, like the movie, the game has some dark undertones, which makes it far more interesting than other games done in a similar style. Overall, I'm very happy with my choice of playing the Coraline game for the month of October, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Please forgive me for my inconsistent uploads as of late. I've been finishing up college and life's been pretty busy, but please join me next time where I will play something. Could be Animal Crossing on the GameCube, could be Pokemon, could even be with myself. I appreciate all the support, thank you for showing up, and I'll see you guys next time.